Welcome to another live stream. Happy Friday. If you're watching this live, let me know if it all sounds good and you can hear it all right. And if, where are you watching from? I would love to know. Thank you everybody for tuning in. If you're watching this in replay, here's what's going to happen and here's what's coming up. Number one, we're going to be talking about the best PC for $1,000. That's right. Black Friday has come early in a lot of the places. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because Newegg has or is running these deals on at the moment. And I found lots of cool things there on a deal. Yes, you might have heard that there is RAM shortage. That's true. But regardless, there are a few awesome options where you can get a really good deal. Maybe some upgrades. If you're looking for some upgrades and so on, it is really, really cool how you can actually have really cool stuff in there. If you remember how everything has been non-MSRP so far, and we've been complaining that GPUs are, expensive, then everything else is kind of on a deal apart from RAM. So if RAM is not an issue for you, there is lots of cool things in store for you. This is a $1,000 PC we're going to be doing right now. And there's also going to be some upgrades up to around 1,700. If your budget is more and you reach out to maybe 1,900 to $2,000, then I recommend checking out last Friday's stream because there we talked about $2,000 PC. The lineup there is completely different, so you can mix and match the different ones from last Friday and this Friday, but the upgrades in this video, they're all mix and matchable. So if you don't know what's going on, you can find the actual links in the video description below. You'll find it over there. Everything's lined up. There are two ways how I've lined it up: the recommendation and upgrade. Whichever one you're going to be going for, you can just kind of mix and match. There is one caveat where you can make a mistake. I'm going to cover this later on in the video, but apart from that, everything is mix and match. If you have any questions and if you like to, tune and ask any questions live, please let me know. We've got Zenmorph DNS watching from Germany. Janice, thank you very much for a nice comment. We've got someone already sharing some of the deals there. 5060 Ti, yes, very interesting. Antonio. Righty. Links in the video description below. And let's start going through the $1,000 PC. I do have one recommendation or kind of ask from you. If you're watching this right now, hit that like button. It actually makes a difference. It does help, the stream go to more people who are interested in this. Someone watching from Saudi Arabia. Wow. From Croatia. Hopefully you've got a little bit of a warmer culture than we in here. By the way, anyone watching F1, Lando, please bring it home. And let's go to these $1,000 PC parts then. So then, again, if you have anything that you're looking for, I'm just going to go full screen because that looks a little bit better, doesn't it? Yeah, that's really nice. So then, if you have anything else that you're looking for, the links are all in the description below. But then, let's go to the motherboard because that's going to be the kind of center where everything's going to be going together. And we're going to go with the ASRock B850 Pro RS. This is $139, and for that amount, honestly, you're not going to get much better than that. It offers everything you need. The only downside that I might think is, someone watching from USA. Joe Bailey, hello, USA, welcome. The only downside for this motherboard is that if you have a black theme motherboard, then this might not actually fit in there. As you can see, it's a little bit white, so that might be an issue there. There are a few other options available that are black, but I don't think they're as good of a deal as this here. So if you're looking for motherboard deals, for example, you want to go there and we go components and storage. We're going to go motherboard. There are different AMD motherboards in there as well. Now, this is a little bit more expensive, as you can see, more than twice the price. Well, not really, because I don't know why they had to write this out. $80. Just put 80 on a dollar mark. It's so much easier to do. But then some of them, it is $30 off. So there are some options available for B850. So for example, this one here is a very interesting one. Another one that I would recommend if you're going with this one. Now it is $30 more expensive. At the same time, you get 16 gigabytes RGB kit from Team Group DDR5 with it, which is super, super good. As you can see, free gift of this, that's $150 of value. So this motherboard kind of is $10, $15. If you want to go with that, that is another really good option. Just go through the links in the description below, and then you should be able to find it. Okay, Sebastian tuning in from Las Vegas and Bulgaria. Hello, everybody. Motherboard sorted. So as you already know, we are on, okay, what is this now? There we go. We are on AM5 socket, and you might have seen that I often recommend Intel PC builds. For example, last week on the stream, we talked about the $2,000 PC, and I went with Intel because I think that is best bang for buck in there. The reason for this build, why we went with AMD, is because there is a bit of a better upgrade path. So if you are like kind of entering the PC and maybe you have only $1,000, you have, I think AMD is a better option just because you've got more where to go. But if you're thinking about spending $2,000, then the better bang for buck kind of lies with Intel. But AMD at this point here, with this deal, with this CPU, you actually get a free cooler. And that is the amazing thing about this. Look at this, you get the 9600X. I know this is only a 6-core CPU and we only get, you know, it's kind of a poor performance. Unless you're doing Photoshop, it's amazing. No, unless you're doing anything else apart from Photoshop, it's amazing. For Photoshop, it is amazing. For anything else, it's kind of on the very low end, and Intel kind of offers better things there. But for $214, you get a free Pure Rock 3 cooler. Look at that. That is a pretty beastie cooler, and you get that for free, which is pretty crazy. Suddenly, this CPU is roughly around the $150 mark, which is pretty good price. Do you think it's a good investment to go with an AM5 socket? Zenmorphous is saying. I think it is pretty good to go AM5 because there's lots of options. I think AMD is going to go one more kind of tier, or one more, what's it called, generation with AM5. But at the same time, Intel does offer best bang for buck. If you're really thinking about upgrading in the future, like again and again, and maybe partly why you're going with PC, you know, it's AMD is a good option there. Hello from London. So this here then sorts out our CPU and cooler. We've got both of them for a very good price point at this, and the upgrade path here is insane. As you can see, you can go Ryzen 5, 7, 9, another 9. There's plenty to go, and I'll talk about the upgrades because some of the upgrade paths I wouldn't recommend because kind of it's not, I don't think it makes as much sense. This is the cooler that we get for free, and I think it's a pretty good deal to get that for free. Look at that. Then we have the SSD. This is the SN770 from WD, Western Digital Black. This is kind of the mid-range Gen 4 NVMe SSD, but still goes 5,150 megabytes per second. Read and write is 4,900. Now, it is really, really good. It's got DRAM cache. It's a solid piece of, you know, NVMe. But if you're looking for a better operating system drive, then obviously going with the WD Black Gen 5 drive is a better option. We talked about some of the Gen 5 drives last week. If you want to go with that one or upgrade them from last week, you know, the Gen cool, what am I talking about? The NVMe Gen 5 SSD, then go pick that one up from last week, because that was a little bit of a better option. Is this a bit overexposed? I don't know. Let me try this. I think so. That's a little bit better. But I would highly recommend going with this cooler, or let's see if there is also Samsung 990 Evo. Okay, this is like $20 more expensive here, but for operating system drive, it's a fantastic drive there. The Samsung drive is a better option there. It's not that good of a deal right now, you know, $100 roughly for 1 terabyte, but if you're looking for a better option, that's that. Someone's saying nice cooler. Yes, it was very nice cooler. So let's move on to the RAM. This is where things are a little bit like, you know, not that good of a deal. So I looked for literally the cheapest 32 gigabytes of DDR5 I could find, and this is it. In fact, this is a pretty beastie RAM kit. It's 6400 megatransfers per second. CL30, no, is it CL32? Yeah, look at that. CL32, that's like pretty beastie. This does work with that motherboard. It's in the QVL list, and I'm not sure if we can reach 6400 mega transfers per second. We should, but even if we shouldn't, even if we don't, we can just dim it down in the motherboard BIOS. This is not necessarily the best price that I've seen for RAM, and there's been better options available there, but right now, this is the best price you can get, and you're not gonna get anything better. This is the one. Usually, I think we can get slightly more expensive. We can get 64 gigabytes, but right now, we're gonna have to just be happy with 32 gigabytes. By the way, if you're watching live right now, let me know what PC specs are you running. Zenmorphos is saying 32 gigabytes of RAM in 2012 is not much. Any recommendations for 64 gigabytes? I know 64 gigabytes is what I would like and what I would recommend, but you know, we don't always get what we want, do we? There's always some kind of shortage. We can have cheap RAM but expensive GPUs, or we can have cheap GPUs and then expensive RAM. There's always something going on. But at the moment, I would prefer cheap GPUs and everything else and more expensive RAM than vice versa, because when GPUs were more expensive, you were paying a lot more money. So I would rather pay a little bit more for RAM rather than a lot more for a GPU, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Why did RAM prices go up, and when will it get back to normal? Well, it's because, you know, the chip manufacturers, Micron, Samsung, they can't just produce that much NAND, so that's that. Won't get back to normal unless AI takes a dump. Yeah, so there we go. AI world it is. So then, let's move on to next one. GPU. There's a few options that we can go for GPU. This over here is the ASRock Challenger Arc B580. Bear in mind, a lot of the parts that I'm recommending, they've got some kind of a free gift in there as well. So if you're a gamer, you can choose one game for free in there, Intel Holiday Bundle. Look at these games. I have no idea if they're any good. If anyone's watching, you know, let me know if this is a good option of a game is here. I don't know. But apparently they're $59.99. There we go. But the thing is, let me go back, I think. No. Where are we? I think. No. Uh-oh. Yes, there we go. That's the one. The B580, because we went with AMD platform, the thing is, AMD, we don't get Intel QuickSync. If you're a video editor or if you're doing any video editing and you'd like to do that with this $1,000 PC, obviously the ones that I'm recommending, you're going to get Intel QuickSync because we're going with the Arc GPU. It's got very good decoders, and encoders by the way, but not as good as AMD. My fault. Not AMD, but NVIDIA. NVIDIA 5000 series will have better performance in terms of codec playback and so on. But at this price point, this Intel is unbeatable. Now, AMD, I can't really recommend AMD. It's all right for H.264 and 5 codec playback and kind of editing, but apart from that, it's not really impressive. In fact, I've been trying to get AMD cards in since they launched last year. And the thing is, AMD does not want to send it to me. Asus does not want to send it to me. Newegg was willing to send it to me, but they're based in the US, so they had a little bit of a shipping issue, so maybe we can get it sorted and finally get it tested. But I think they kind of know that they're not really meant for creators. They don't mention anything about creators or anything like that, so they're really meant for gamers. But since we're not a gaming channel, it's really meant for, something else. We're gonna go with something else like this ASRock B580. The thing is, you get 12 gigabytes of VRAM, you get the B580, it's cool, it just works fine, you're not gonna have cables melt or anything like that. It's $249. Someone's saying, got Battlefield 6 with my Intel chip, plus it was on sale for Amazon on $220. Thoughts about RTX? What the heck was that? Did you just see that? Did it go black for you? It just went black for me. I don't know what that was. That was a weird thing. Where were we? ASRock cards. I think this is a fantastic card. Yeah, it goes back black for you as well. Did you see that? It did go black for me. Someone is saying you can't beat the iPad or MacBook. Okay, are we going to go down that route now? Can someone explain to me? I know we're talking about PC parts, but I'm seriously trying to figure out why would someone buy an iPad? iPad, as far as I can see, the only reason going with iPad rather than a MacBook is to have a touch screen, OLED, so it's a tandem OLED, and pen support. That's the only reason Apple has iPad. Anything else? I don't know. So someone built just a month ago Intel Core Ultra 265K, 48 gigabytes of RAM, 5070 Ti, Samsung 1 terabyte Gen 5. Very good build, mate. Very, very good. Touch and it's lighter to carry. Battery life. Is iPad battery life really better than a MacBook Pro M5? Because you could get an M4 Pro even, a MacBook Pro, for the same price as an iPad with keyboard and everything. Is a productivity device. Well, what's in MacBook then? MacBook is a productivity device as well. iPad is just a massive phone without call function. I mean, prove me I'm wrong. So we're going back to the PC parts. I think this is one of the best GPUs you could get for this $1,000 thing. There is upgrades that I'm going to talk to you about in a minute, but for that $250, you're not going to get anything better. This is finally the MSRP for the GPU as well. They were so hot in terms of value. So at first, they were $300 and people were buying them at $300. Finally, we can get it at $249. So if we are looking at the B580 on Newegg here, you can see that a lot of them are more expensive, and that's why I went with this one. So this is $10 more expensive if you want extra fan. No reason for the extra fan. There are some other ones. Look at this, $300. Okay, this is $249 as well. Black one, Onyx Odyssey. Intel deal as well with everything, every one of those. Intel limited edition, $400 Yankee Doodles. That is not a good option there, but it is on a good sale. By the way, this Intel deal should be happening in any country. I know I'm looking at the Newegg option for you, but that should be anything else. Someone is saying iPad for the win. I use Pro daily. Notes, remoted to servers, looking up command lines. Hey, I know, you Maestro0428, you commented on my actual post as well. I've seen the same thing. You commented the same thing. No, I mean, I get it. This does look good. That's why I'm asking who uses iPad for the whole thing. Do you like the new iPad OS where it's a little bit more like Mac but not fully like Mac? Is it the way you use the device that you can kind of hold it in your hand? You can't do that on MacBook. You kind of have to sit down, whereas on iPad you could really kind of just be standing up and doing stuff. Is that why? Is that why? I don't know. Righty, next thing, PSU. Power supply for this here is a really good price. So this is an 850 watt power supply, Montech. It looks really cool. Obviously that doesn't matter at all. But the main things are ATX 3.1 and PCI 5.1. I know you're not going to be putting a 5090 in here, most likely 5080 at maximum. But at that point, we're still getting fully modular power supply. We are getting 80 plus gold, Cybernetics Platinum, NVIDIA 50 series ready. Well, okay, sometimes this is just marketing, come on. It's ready. What does that mean? So it's not fully supported, it's ready to be supported. It's ready, okay? I don't like what this as well. PCIe 5.0 ready. ATX 3.1 ready. So does that mean that it's supported, or is it's like almost ready to be supported? It's not fully supported, but I'm ready. Hey, yo, I'm ready. Come on, let's see if this is fully supported. No, it does say ready. So what the heck does ready mean? Does that mean it's fully supported or not? There we go. You are getting a full shout out now. Who is it? PC Laptop Tech, Lando T. Come on. Lando, you can bring it home. Keep your head at it, okay? Oscar's lost it for a bit. You're getting it now. Keep it solid. Just a few more races to go. You can do it. Max is a bit annoying though. Max just doesn't even need to do qualifying. They can just start from a pit lane and still be on a podium, which is so annoying. But regardless, come on, Lando, please bring it on. PSU recommendations for 5090, someone is saying there. If you want a 5090, go with 1000 watt minimum. And another thing is, make sure it is ATX 3.1 and PCIe 5.1. Have a look at my guide for the power supplies, but this is one of the most important things that you need to look at when going with the 5090. Because ATX 3.1 and 5.1, PCIe 5.1 ready, just a random, why did they say ready? So is it or is it not? It's ready to be, or it's not quite, but it's ready to, come on. It's like, I'm ready to go. Yeah, you're not going, but you're ready to go. Okay. Because the actual cable, that gets melted on the 5090s, with ATX 3.1, it's got much better cable connectivity. They've redesigned it. And if you get that certification, your cable has better connection. They've made sure that basically the connection is not as loose as from 3.0. Sometimes you did get that. So that's that. There is then the power supply for 850 watt, $82. That's really good. If you want to upgrade your power supply, that's a good option there as well. 1050 watts, is that on a deal here as well or not? No, not really. It is quite a good price for $104, but 850, that's the one. If you're looking for 5090, I would highly recommend looking also for platinum titanium power supply. From last week's stream, we had a really good one. I don't know if it's on a deal still or is it all sold out. There was a really good Be Quiet one, 200, I think it was 1500 watts one. Platinum rating, everything. You should go check that one out. But this here is a very good option as well. You know, Japanese capacitors. You get the option over there. What else? Anyway, it's just a good option for a power supply, okay? Finally, for the case, I was looking at, so with $1,000, you're trying to save every dollar. Every $5 can like kind of make up for somewhere else. And at first I had one Fantex case option in there, but then I found this one that was $10 cheaper and you get 4 fans with it. Look at that. 340 millimeters front fans and then 120 millimeters back in there. I know it's RGB, but you can turn them off or make them white, so it's all right. But the airflow is very, very good. As you can see, bottom all air, front all air, airflow is going to be, look at that, like that. Good option there. You can have 360 millimeter rad on the top, or not quite in the front actually. You can have fans for 40 millimeters, sorry, but that's that. You can have fans on the bottom there as well. PSU shroud is just a good option. For that price point, $59 to get that much airflow, fans, case, everything, it's crazy. I would, there's no way they can make profit for that amount. I don't know how much all the materials and everything cost to make this, but that just does not feel that you're going to be making money at that price point, okay? Should I take a loan? No, absolutely not. Someone is saying, what about RAM timing? Okay, I did a full deep dive on the RAM options and how to choose RAM. We spoke with some really cool guys from Corsair, Sophocles and Andrew. And in there, basically for creators, RAM timing doesn't really matter. There's only very, 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 very fine use cases where it does matter, but you really, mostly, you will be limited by the capacity. That's number one. Look at the capacity first. So looking at options that are 6,000 or 5,200 speeds or 5,000, 4,800, there's marginal difference. But usually, honestly, you're not going to be noticing that. But capacity is more important for you. Capacity, then the speed, which is megahertz, and then finally we're looking at timings. The timings is the last one that you should be looking at. Wow, someone is making out of wood and 3D printed plastic case. Okay, Indonesia, you're watching from Indonesia. Very cool. Very, very cool, guys. Okay, if you're just joining the stream, hey, welcome. Let's keep going. Hit that like button. It actually makes a difference. If you don't know where to find all the parts that I'm talking about, there's a link in the video description below. There's also lots of other deals available, lots of other deals that are happening. Just click on any of the links and then it will guide you through anything in there. Just be mindful, some of these deals have a time limit, or I've seen them already run out, but most of them have what's called Black Friday price protection, what Newegg is showing there. So they should stay till the Black Friday. I know Black Friday, we have still 2 weeks to go, but there we go. If you're looking for a $2,000 PC, we did it last week, but let's keep going. So this is the case. And then, oh, what is this? Oh, okay. This is end case. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit distracted. I don't know why I have this tab open here, but it's this guy here. Let's talk about it while we're on a live stream. This is the end case M3 grater, and this is basically like a minimalistic Mac case that you can have. It's super light. It's made out of aluminium. It's small. M3 is slightly bigger than the M2. Voila, you know. But the build quality is absolutely amazing. You've got this very interesting design cut out from the front on the grill. You got the same on the back, top. On the sides, we've got black mesh, interestingly. That seems to be steel, not aluminium. And then underneath, you also have this option there. I think you can make this, does that mean we can have 360 millimeter? Not quite, not on the bottom. But it's a really cool, very special case. I know it is a little bit more expensive, but this is for enthusiasts who want to pack a lot of power in a very small, nice looking case. I can't wait to figure out what am I going to do with this, but it is amazing. So then, how much is all of this PC build together? Whoa, I'm a little bit hot talking there. Let me turn that down a little bit. So the PC build, all of the parts that I just mentioned, if you get everything in there, including the overpriced RAM, then we are totaling at $1,009.53. That is just less than $10 over $1,000, and that's absolutely amazing. If you're thinking, what can you do with it? How good is it, you know, just doing some of these things, then it can do very good video editing. Photo editing is going to be pretty good as well. You can do everything. Is it going to be the best at all of it? No, not really. But you can get Intel QuickSync on the timeline if you're using any of the mirrorless camera footage, you know, H.264 or 5 coming from a camera like that. It's going to be very, very smooth on the timeline. 10-bit photo to H.265, not a problem whatsoever. If you are looking at photo editing or RAW, then, you know, maybe going with NVIDIA GPUs in a minute. But for $1,000, you're really not going to get a better PC. That's the best PC you can get for now. So, but what if you have a little bit more money to spend? What would be some of the upgrades that you would go for? Here's what I would do if I were to upgrade some of these parts. Bear in mind, everything is compatible with the upgrade, apart from one thing, which I will be talking about now. Firstly, we've got the motherboard, and for the motherboard upgrade, I would go with this one. This is the Gigabyte X870E Aorus Elite Wi-Fi 7, and all sorts of bells and whistles. You get lots of M.2 storage, cooling with it, Wi-Fi 7, you know, all that you really need. 2 USB 4.0s in there as well. 2.5 gig LAN. I wish there was 10 gigabit, but you're gonna have to pay a lot more to get 10 gigabit. But at this point, you get $70 off as well, so we're roughly around $250, and that's what is it, $110, something like that, upgrade from the previous motherboard. So this is really, really good, actually. For that deal, you're not gonna get a better option there. What is this? Okay, so this is E, which means you get more PCI lanes, and this is X870 Aorus Pro X870E. $10. See, that is not as good of a deal in there. Elite Master Pro. Righty, motherboard option, that's that one. Then for the CPU upgrade, I would go with the 9900X. I would kind of skip the 9700X, which is an 8-core version, so you get 2 more extra cores. Whereas the 9900X is a 12-core, 24-thread processor. You're kind of doubling the price, but you're also doubling the CPU cores. You're not going to be doubling the performance, but it's a much better jump in terms of what you're getting for your performance. The 9700X is not that much better, but you're paying, I feel like, quite a bit more for the 9700X. It's very, very similar to the 9600X, so I feel like this is a better option in terms of upgrade. If it's you and you want to go with whichever one you want, then obviously you can go with 7 and 9, but I would go with the 12 core. Let me know if you agree with me in the comment section below. Which is better, Lexar NQ790 or Adata Legend 860? I don't really know. I haven't tested them. Someone is saying, what about 7900X? Okay, 458. Let's have a look. Show more. Where are we now? Why doesn't it show this here? Before it was there. We'll go there. It just doesn't show this one. So we'll go here and we go. No. I'm sure I saw 7900X here on a deal. Okay, that's quite a good price as well. You're getting 350, something like that. Also, buying used, not a problem. Buying CPUs used. An alternative is a bit available. New version, quite a bit more expensive. Free gift. Ooh, look at that. That is a lot better option, and I would highly recommend. Oh, I'm changing my recommendation now. Firstly, you get $50 off, so that's gonna 15. Sorry, you're gonna go to $360. Plus, you get the 240 millimeter AIO with you. Well, it's a white one, but hey, that suddenly makes the pricing of the CPU $240, something like that, which is really $250, $90. 60, yeah, $250, which is a really, really good price for that type of deal. So just have a look on those combo deals on Newegg. You can see that there is absolutely lots of interesting combos available. Virajasur is saying, I'm really sorry. No Intel options on the CPU. If you want Intel option, go check out last week's stream for the $2,000 PC. And I think Intel is a better option in there. There are some, like 14600 KF was on a deal, but if I saw that you get a free cooler with the AMD one, suddenly AMD was like a better option. That's why we went with the AMD one. But for an upgrade, okay, I'm gonna have to change it now. I want you to have this as an upgrade option because it is just so much better. So let me know if you've got any questions right now, and I'm going to just update this in the description as one of the upgrade options. Okay, who is actually Intel still better for productivity and creators? I would say yes. I would say yes. In terms of bang for buck and then ultimate performance, yeah, I would say so, yeah. Actually, what we'd have to do is we'd have to test one without the iGPU or the iGPU on 9950X versus Core Ultra 9. Which one would be better? So, yeah, a free liquid cooler would be nice. No way. So Mots is saying he got 8700F, B850M, 64 gigabytes of RAM at 5200 megahertz, RTX 5060, 750 watt power supply for 843. Yankee Doodles. What about SSD? What SSD did you get? Okay, so now the description has been updated. So this is an interesting question. Helper8140 says, how good is a 5090 and a 9800X 3D combo? Is that the best consumer build you could have? So you have obviously been watching a lot of gaming reviews, because if you're not doing gaming and you do other things in there, the 9800X 3D is not a particularly good CPU for those things. If you do video editing, photo editing, 3D, the 9800X 3D, honestly not impressive and very expensive. Very, very expensive. So is that the best consumer build you could have? Not really. I wouldn't say so. I think there is other options out there that would be better for consumer build. Yeah, so the 3D is only if you're just gaming certain frames, but it's interesting how AMD has managed to make everybody think that the 9800X 3D is the best CPU anyone can get, because if you've watched the review, most of the reviews talking about gaming performance, yet a lot of people don't use the PC just for gaming. So that's my 2 cents on that. So he got an SSD, Mott's got an SSD for NVMe Gen 4 for $55. That's still a very good price. Productivity, that's why he chose 5060. And yeah, my video about 50 series codecs, that's the one. So this is now updated in the description below. See, I got even better deal. Thank you very much. Who suggested that? Give them a little high five. Can I do something with them? Where did it go? Where did it go? Yeah, there we go. Sebastian. Oh, can I? I don't know. Can't quite do anything. I wish I could like give a sticker or something on the live stream. Righty. I said if you're gonna go with the 9900X CPU, you're gonna need a cooler. So that makes it even more expensive. So you're gonna have to pay for this cooler. I found one of those ones that were on a sale. In fact, I don't think there's a lot of CPU coolers that are a good price right now, unless you're going with the thermal right options there. Where are we? Cooling CPU. Let's to water and liquid cooling. So if we're looking at, let's say 300 millimeters, let's do 3 fans, 360 millimeters. Okay, gigabyte one, $120. Do you see the one that I showed you? Oh, actually, look at that. For $109, that might be a better option. Goodness me. That is a good option there. This is $92 as well. Obviously, you're not getting the screen, but if you want the screen and all the fanciness, then go with the one there. Steam code for $30. Look how expensive they all are. Anyone remember when Arctic was good? And then someone made a review and said that it was good. Look at the pricing of these now. $120. It's actually still all right. When I was looking at them, something was like so expensive. $95 for 240 millimeters. But this is the one that I think is like super cool. That's the new one Pro. What, $150? They used to be more affordable, but they are. Look at that. If your case supports 420 millimeter cooler, just get this one. It's cheaper. How much cheaper is it? Oh yeah, Look at that. It's like $30 cheaper, more than $30 cheaper. And you get 420 millimeters. Dude. But obviously you need a case that supports that, but that's pretty insane. So the coolers, that's what I would recommend. I'll just put, do I put this in there or not for you? This is one of the best coolers you can have, like in terms of pure performance. So next, NVMe. There is this guy here, Next Storage, Japan 2 terabytes. So this is a Gen 4, high-end Gen 4 drive, $115 for 2 terabytes. There's not that good deals out there quite for that price point. If you've never heard of Next Storage, it's actually Sony. It's over 20 years of Sony memory expertise from Japan, founded in 2019 by former Sony engineers. So they're doing quite cool stuff in there, but I assume they're going to be like really, you're going to hear a lot more about them. But if you're looking at 2 terabyte NVMe, look at the pricing. $114 was ours. Here, $179, $150. Okay, what the heck's going on in here? Why is it saying powered by SanDisk? I know it's the same thing, but why like slap 2 things on it? Just, I don't know. Look at that, that's the best pricing here. This is an alright pricing for Gen 5, but top end Gen 4, you're not going to get a better pricing than this. So John Bernardson says that 265K, that's the Intel Core Ultra, is $373 with VAT here in Denmark. Well, yes, it is a good option, and I mentioned that in the last stream about a $2,000 PC, and I would go with a 265K. Plus, you get like some kind of Intel deal with it as well. Let's go back. As you can see, NVMe's, there's not going to be that good options out there. Then to get 64 gigabytes, the best thing we could do is $345 for 64 gigabytes. I highly recommend 64 gigabytes if you can, but the thing is, it's a bit expensive. Now, let's have a look if Amazon has better options available there. $350. Ooh, sponsored. 400. Oh my goodness. Okay, is that used? Or what is that option available there? What do you mean it's $244? Used like it new. Well, I don't trust that. Oh my goodness. See, Newegg has a good deal on. Okay, this is $379. But still, $350, that was the best from Newegg. Oh, look at that, 319 XPG Lancer, CL30, okay, not bad, 6,000, it's a good RAM, but 319. As you can see, RAM options, not so good. So what about GPU upgrade? If you're looking for a GPU upgrade, the Intel one is very good at most of the things, but there's some things that Intel is not good at. One of them is 3D. So if you're doing 3D rendering, anything 3D, it's not that good. If you are doing like architecture, any 3D software, Intel's not that. But for photo and video editing, Intel's okay, bueno. Now, if you need to upgrade the GPU, this is a really good option. MSI Ventus RTX 5060 Ti 16 gigabytes. Okay, so this is the 16 gigabyte version, and this I believe is under the MSRP. 399. So RTX 5060 Ti MSRP. Let me have a look. For the 16, yeah, the 16 gigabyte version MSRP was $429. So this is below MSRP, which is crazy. Okay, I haven't seen below MSRP GPUs for a long time. Very, very, very long time. So I would go with this one because this doesn't just give you 3D support like anything. Very good option. 16 gigabytes, okay. If you're doing loading big scenes on Blender or anything else, 16 gigabytes of VRAM will be your good friend. Secondly, the codec support for video editing on this GPU, super good as well. You know, H.264 10-bit 422, which usually is only software accelerated, meaning your CPU is going to take the load. It's going to be super slow. Even if you have a threader, it's still going to just like try to crunch through this in brutal force. This has hardware acceleration. It's going to browse through super, super easy. Very, very good performance. $399. I think that's around $150 upgrade from the previous one. I would recommend this option here. Absolutely fantastic. There are a few other GPUs on a deal, but this goes on top of my chart, what I would recommend. Then the next one I would go is the 5070 Ti. So, question here. These prices gonna make me want to get a Mac Mini in the meantime, and I've been building my PC since 2000. I promise you, this $1,000 PC will be better than the Mac Mini M4 that you can buy. It's gonna have a lot more RAM, a lot more upgradability and so on. This will be better. If you go with the M4 Pro, well, then we're gonna cash out 100 and 1,300, something like that. I think still the PC will be better. So there's a question. I want to get a new PC, but without the GPU. I got one right now. I work at Blender, scoping, and will open some apps on the background. Will 32 gigabytes of DDR5 be enough, or should I go for 64 gigabytes? I would highly recommend 64 gigabytes. Okay, I know this is not the good option right now because RAM is expensive, but 64 gigabytes for any creative professional is like what I would say is like minimum. 32 gigabytes is the absolute bare minimum on Windows that anyone should be going for, but 64 gigabytes I think is the nice option. Like what we're doing here, and I wouldn't consider this is like super, I don't know, high-end stuff that we are doing. We can easily see 118 gigabytes of RAM used. Not a problem whatsoever. Asus Prime 5080 versus TUF. Is there a significant quality difference, or is it just a few megahertz here and there? I promise you, you will never ever notice the difference side by side whatsoever. The difference is just fun design, basically, just a cooler design, nothing else. The board and the GPU will be exactly the same. Yeah, there will be a little few megahertz difference just because they need to justify the performance gain, but you will never see the performance. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So then, we've arrived at our final destination. What about then all of the upgrades? Is it worth it? How much did we pay for any of the upgrades? If you went with all of the upgrades, then we're $1,800. In fact, actually slightly less if we went with, no, it's a little bit less. If you went with a 7900 XT and got the cooler for free, then we'll be roughly around $1,700. So someone's asking, what's my personal PC specs? So there's, as like we're doing this channel, I often am putting myself into a lot of different testing, and I'm the least consistent with what I'm using. But we have like my editor here. Sam's using 3900K with RTX 5090, 128 gigabytes of RAM on a ProArt PA602 case. Fantastic case, absolutely amazing. So the GPU is all the way to the high end, and the CPU is kind of okay in there. I think the biggest bottleneck for us right now is figuring out storage. We're using, I don't know if anyone remembers, we're using the QNAP Thunderbolt 4 storage option, and it's connected directly to the editor PC. I can access this over a 10 gigabit Ethernet, but if I am copying and loading files onto it at the same time while he's trying to read it, then it's not really keeping up. So I think we'll have to have something, I'll have to figure out how exactly I'm gonna do this. But what I'm using at the moment is this guy here. This is the Asus ProArt P16 with RTX 5090. It's like balls to the wall Windows laptop PC. That's what's running my workstation just behind the wall over there. And it's pretty amazing. It is pretty amazing. That's what I'm using. But I used to have a Threadripper system before that. Now it's just on the side. And I think I'm going to be building a new one because I probably need just something that is constantly plugged in and constantly just amazing at doing that. But since I'm constantly having to swap different things and try different laptops and different things, that's why I'm not so constant. I'm mostly content creator. I'm 100% content creator. I don't do any gaming. Like, I'm not interested in gaming whatsoever. Like, not at all. So if I were to build a dream build, what would be in it? Oh, okay, a dream build. A dream build. A dream build. That's a good question. In terms of GPU, it's gonna have to be 5090. Which one of the 5090s? I'm working on a video of a lot of different options out there. But one of the 5090s, probably the Founders Edition NVIDIA one, just because it's the smallest one. Then, ooh, do you know what? You just gave me a very good idea. A dream PC build. Wow. Man, this is seriously a good idea. A dream PC build. Oh, man. I've honestly, interesting. I've never really thought about it because, like, I'll just put myself into just whatever I need to test at the moment, and then I'm kind of just comparing that. But then never really a dream PC build. But a dream PC build. Oh, interesting. I'm not sure I would go with a Threadripper one. Would I go with a Threadripper PC? I don't know. No, probably not. Maybe I would. 32 core, maybe Threadripper. I think that might make sense. But then instantly, our case or the size of a PC is going to go very large. Now, I have a dream, okay? I would love to make something like this work, okay? Where the PC is this size. Okay, so this is an M80X, I believe, case. So I could fit M80X stuff into there. So fitting a 5090 in here, that's not a problem. Actually, at that point, I would like the Pro. What's the one with the, what's the one called? Is it Pro 6000? RTX Pro 6000 with the 96 gigabytes of VRAM. Yeah, that's like a $10,000 PC, GPU. Okay, let's stick with 5090. I can lower my dream to 5090. But one of the biggest problems I have with PC for this size is the motherboards. The motherboards are the biggest pain point because the M80X, there's no like high-end M80X boards. Neither is there high-end ITX boards that offer 10 gigabit Ethernet, Thunderbolt 5. That's what I would need and want, because I could see how I can use all sorts of extensions on the table for Thunderbolt 5 or a NAS for Thunderbolt 4. 10 gigabit Ethernet is like essential in my workflow, the absolute minimum. I've tried 2.5 gigabit, it's just not gonna work. Even 10 gigabit Ethernet, I would like it to be faster. But then I can't fit 10 gigabit board in here. There is no, I mean, come on, someone help me out. 10 gigabit board with like an M80X size. Do you know what? I'm just gonna Google this. Okay, who would be the most likely? It's gonna be Asus. Then I promise you, there is no M80X. There's no. Okay, I'll go both Intel and AMD. Okay, I'll just show you what I'm doing so we can enjoy ourselves. I'm on Asus. I'm looking at a motherboard. Yeah, but 10 gigabit card, that's the thing. If I have an M80X board, I don't have another, like there's no space. I've got a 5090 in there. There's no space for a 10 gigabit card. It's just, I can't do it. So I'd have to go ATX then. Okay, but then suddenly the PC case is double the size. Not just like the motherboard goes this much bigger. This much bigger. PC case double the size. Okay, not recommended. I want to go, let me see if I can form factor. Micro ATX. And let's go mini ITX as well. What the heck is this size there? Thin mini ITX. What is a thin mini ITX? Okay, never mind. And then pricing highest to the lowest. Okay, what is the most expensive? Z890i gaming Wi-Fi. I promise this will not have a 10 gigabit Ethernet. What's this? 2.5 gigabit. Why are they doing this? The chipset allows you to have that. Look, you can put a fan in there as well. Just Thunderbolt 4, no Thunderbolt 5. This is Z890. Come on. Okay, leading connectivity. Righty. Wi-Fi 7. Yeah, Intel. I mean, it's just, no, that's not going to work. Here's the thing, like, we'd have to, I mean, why has nobody done a Threadripper M80X ITX board? Imagine Threadripper ITX board. That would be absolutely bonkers, because the CPU, I mean, it's just not possible. The CPU is like, I don't know, 20% of the motherboard size. But USB 4 to 10 gigabits, the cool is saying, yeah, well, here's the thing. I'm currently running the USB 4 to 10 gigabit solution on the ProArt P16. That's up in there. And it's all right. But the thing is, it doesn't work as well, because whenever PC goes to sleep, the next time I come on, it's got all sorts of errors that I have to X off because it's disconnected, because it's lost power when it goes to sleep. It kind of takes the power off the pods, whatever. I don't know if it actually would work on a PC. But then it's just not working. I know it's a solution, and I've told about this, but it's just not working. Righty. Leon Lee 011 Dynamic Mini V2. Honestly, I'm one of those guys who I don't like the 011 dynamic cases. Ooh, that's a hot take, isn't it? I really don't. I just think it's too gamery. It's just a bit too much. Like, I would like something that looks more like an art piece on there rather than, I don't know, RGB aquarium. I'm not that type. Like this to me here, this is a lot more what I'd be looking for. Like a case like that, what I would love is if these sides were maybe silver as well. But this is more like what I would love. So someone's got 7700 XD but only 32 gigabytes. Yeah. Yes, I'm Fractal North type of guy. In fact, Fractal cases, whenever they release stuff, it's pretty cool. They have some like gamery options as well, but the Fractal North is amazing. Yeah. But at the same time, Asus ProAd, if you know, they've got a few cases as well. Really, really nice. There are some minimalistic cases, and those I like. Okay. Is rebuilding an old PC to a server a better option for a NAS than buying a ready-made NAS? Yes and no. The reason for going with a ready-made NAS is you've got a lot better support, less DIY, kind of plug and play option, and everything's kind of sorted for you. There's just stuff that they upgrade and do in the background. If you know what you're doing and building a DIY NAS, like absolutely go for it. But this is a really interesting option. A dream PC build. A dream PC build. Which one would you go for? Okay, so, can someone help me? What are some of the most minimalistic PC cases out there? Because I'd like to find some right now. Someone is saying Silverstone U5 case. Let me have a look. Is it 5U? Is it? I don't think you're talking to me, am I? Like for NAS? Okay, I'm just gonna Google if minimalistic PC cases. Okay, no. Okay, there are some here that look quite interesting. The Lee & Lee, this one looks pretty nice, A3. Fractal Terra is nice, but it's very, very small. Like the Fractal North is pretty nice. I would go with the black version. The white version is not as nice. Sorry, I'm just making such black and white decisions, aren't I? See, not as nice. That's all right. That is cool. The Mood, I like the Mood one, but apparently the actual thermals are not very good with it. But then again, ITX case, so that's not that. Fractal Terra, yes. Fractal North, yes. I agree with you. Yeah, this is like now in my brain. I'm thinking about the dream PC. Like which one are we gonna go for? The case. Okay, minimalistic aesthetic. Come on. Okay, what we go? Best looking. Just, I know I recommend these, but to me, whenever someone's showing me RGB on there, it just never draws me. Never. NZXT has pretty like decent as well, but at the same time, I want it to be like, I don't want to see inside the case. Do you know what I mean? Only if like the inside is back connect and it's just like looks like that. But I don't know why they say best looking case there, because look at this one. I think it's PA401. I like cookies. Look at that. PA401. That's a nice, like, just the design of this. The way this rounds on that corner is really nice. ProAd there. The APNX one, it's kind of like, I don't know, like someone's put a spoiler on it, or like put a wrap on a Ferrari. I don't know. Black glass. Okay, someone's saying height Revolt 3. Okay, I see. It's kind of like the, what's it called? The, I get the design here. It's quite interesting. Deepcool CH560. Well, this is just very decent, but like this is where I'm drawing more, but like why have this strip in there? Just make it all either plain or like one type of thing. They've tried to do the Mac Pro design in there. No, I don't. I think I've done the build on this 560 digital on the channel. Johnspo TK0. Okay, what is this? Okay, whoever's designed their website needs to be fired. This is very odd website. It's cute, but have you seen the case for this? Oh, who did this? What is the PC case that goes? Is it this one? Yeah. Have you guys seen this one? Now this is amazing engineering, to say the least. Like whoever did this, that looks amazing. Okay, I know there is like elements of minimalism for this one, but this is pretty cool. Where is the wood edition? There is other ones as well. Components, cases, ProArt. See all ProArt. Oh, look at these ones. This is very nice. Have you seen this one? Beige. Or even this one. Just look at this. Oh, doesn't that just like, I don't know, it's like a Scandinavian, really cool design PC case there. I think they could have done better internally, certain GPUs, but obviously got to have ProArt in there. ProArt mother, no way. Oh, come on. Hey, Seuss, what we're doing here? Anyone, can you see what's wrong with here? Can you see this? Oh my goodness. Asus, take the flipping sticker away. Oh no. I can't believe they left a sticker on there. This is super cool and minimal. Is this live there? Where am I live? This, I like this one. There's just something about this that's just really cool. And then even having it just completely off on the side, or maybe even the mesh. Do I like the one with the mesh more? Honestly, I can't decide. It's very nice. P0401, they're small wood tempered glass panel. What is this? Modern black. Oh, retro. What is this? I don't know if I've seen this one. Wood edition retro brown. Is it going to show me the case or is it just like a little swish? Oh. So this is, okay. Okay. This is got to be the Noctua build. Here's the problem though. I've got the RTX 5080 by Noctua, but the problem is it's not 5080, it's 4080. Okay, this is nice. So did someone mention something else? The torrent, yeah. CH170 digital. Which one was this one? I know 160. Okay, it's all right. Solid door. Okay, did someone mention any other ones? Silverstone. SST RM52. No. It's no. I guess it's just a rack one, but like, come on, you want something that's like on the table, nice design, something like that. Okay, Haven. That is a cool one. Who was this again? BF360. BF360. Yes. Who recommended that? That's what I'm talking about. See how there's just minimalism. There's just like pure kind of just design on this. Oh. Okay. Flow, BF. And what is model this or flow? What's the difference? Both white and black, both nicer. Very nice. Gotta go with black, I think, here. Let me see the inside of the case as well. See, there's the less screws, less like folds. It just kind of works. Like, show me when it's actually built as well. Okay, it is nice. Let me see their PC cases. 360, very nice. That is quite all right as well, because even though this is like glass, there's some kind of minimalism to it. It kind of reminds me of Dune or something like that. Okay, was there something else someone recommended? Okay, someone's absolutely, yeah, you're right. You guys have hijacked this stream. We were going to do a budget $1,000 PC build, and look at this now, what we're doing. We're just absolutely scrolling the web trying to do this. That is a piece of art, yes. Right. Okay, someone's saying Johnsbow T9. Come on. Johnsbow T9 black. Okay. I see. This I can get behind. This is basically Fractal Terror. It is a Fractal Terror. It's just very, very similar design. They've got just one USB-C in the front. Okay, they've gone even further like to Apple's design and then just gone there. Yeah. Do you know what I would like? I would like this, but slightly bigger. Just, well, I guess at that point you're like, why make it bigger? I guess I just want a beastie CPU in there, like 9950X or Ultra 9 285K, something like that. Okay, I've got a Cougar Dark Blader X5. Cougar Dark Blader X5. No. No. Absolutely not. This is like MSI got a slap from a Fractal. This is what this case is. Okay. Wait a second. I'll have to PC case as well. SUP is just like very... The shuttle. There's something nice and minimal about the shuttle. Ooh, okay. Someone's saying 3RSYS. Okay, what is this? Is this the one? Is it okay to go on this website? Kamza Hamnida. Okay, what is this? Let's have a look at their cases then. Okay, this is all right. Not sold. I'm not sold. Sorry. Oh, wait a second. There's 10 pages. Okay, let me see. Which one? Which one did you say? 3RSYS R10 Art Object. Okay. Minimalistic case. Let's have a look. Sorry, there is one question here. Oh, wait a second. I should be able to get questions up here as well. Okay, there we go. There we go. So, is there a difference between 9900X and 14700K in Premiere Pro? 14700K is better just because it's got iGPU quite a bit better than 9900X. Yes, it's much more exciting, someone's saying. Okay, Geometric Future M5. Oh, wait a second. This here. Let's have a look at this minimalistic case then. Art Object. Is this the only... Is there another... Is this the one? Art Object? Okay, this is very interesting. It kind of looks like a speaker. They've tried to make it look like a speaker. But I think this has gone like into more, like, you know, sometimes some people have, they're like so arty that they're weird. I feel like we're going a little bit towards that with this here. Okay, Geometric Future M5. We've done Geometric Future on the channel before. No, not this one. Not Amazon. Let's have a look at there. Oh no, please. Who put this for us? I mean, it's there, but come on. Putting, like, who would put this, like a little stage on for this? What is this? That looks cool. I mean, that looks, I'm sorry, but I can't get behind this. Like, keep your toys on the shelves, but not on your inside your PC. Cowboy, yeah, is all right. Dama, I've done a PC build with that on the channel before. Cooler Master Frame. What was this? Master Frame. 600? Okay, I can see... why so many things? I can see what we're doing here, but still there's like... There's too many like curves and things going on. This could be a little bit better. Okay, let me see. Fractal Era 2. Yeah, that is very nice. Look at this one. It is. It's just gorgeous. Okay? Beautiful. Blue version. Okay. Yes, probably this one's the best option. So this one, Fractal Chair, I absolutely love it. Okay? I love it so much, I bought another one. Like, Fractal sent me one, but then I bought another one. I absolutely love it. If you're getting this one, the one with the mesh is not as comfortable than the one with the cushion. The one with the see-through mesh is, like, if you're farting a lot, just go with the mesh, because the cushion one will obviously keep you farting and the chair would start to stink. But the one with the cushion is a lot more comfortable. I like that one more. Yeah, I can see why Koreans love that case. So, Kanto M80X. Okay, I'm looking through here, all of these. Oh, okay. So is this Japanese? Is this, what does this remind me of? This is interesting. Kanto, yeah, it just sounds, looks like Japanese interior design. You know, one of those like where the walls move very easily, like Kung Fu Panda or something like that. Okay, what is this? Low Coast S1 MK2. What is this? Loke.com. Okay, this is quite cool. I didn't know there was so many random PC. Oh, look at that. That is cool. That's like Fractal Terror, really. Very similar to Fractal Terror. Asus Prime AP303. This is quite nice. Just Asus, don't put your Prime in there, okay? Just, I know you've put it in there, but just make some kind of logo of the Prime and then make it in there, light up and make the power button. There we go. Finland. Dan case A3. Dan cases A3? Is this the same as Lee and Lee? Because that is really nice. Like I've told this, like there's something about this that just, oh, the price is not bad either. I like it. Lee and Lee Dan, okay. It's very nice. Okay, I think we've reached the end here. Now, this stream was actually about a $1,000 PC, if you didn't know that, but we've kind of got off the topic. If you're just tuning in now here, thanks guys for watching. Hit that like button. It's not too late yet. Helps the stream go to other people. But the thing is, 1,000 PC build if you want to do it. Links in the description below. There's lots of them. Finnish company, Kanto. Mitä kuuluu? Finnish company, yeah, could be. Okay, thanks guys for watching. I'm gonna see you next week. Let me know what you'd like to see. And yeah, it is my fault. I kind of got this idea, we got distracted. Thanks for, sticking with it, finding from cases. I've got an interesting idea now. The Dream PC case. Let's do it. Not case. Dream PC.